Hello my friends and welcome back to the Media channel. We will continue the tutorial with the update and delete mutation for the chain. Let's go back to the VS Code and open the change file in the resolver folder. Then we navigate to the mutation section. We will define the update chain mutation here. This is also an async await function that need to take 4 things that we can get in our result arguments. So they are parent, and then arguments, context, and info. Let's talk about them now because I haven't explained in the previous video. So the first will be parent, which gives you the result of what was the input from the last step. But here will be undefined because there was no step before this. So we can just underscore like this. But in some cases, you could have multiple resolvers. So data goes from one resolver to another, and then it gets processed in different ways. But here we don't need it. And the second is the arguments. The arguments for this resolver is actually the arguments of the update chain mutation we already defined in the schema file. And in this case, we will have an ID and the input. In this case is the update chain input. So I will place here is ID and input. For the create chain, just input. Next is the context, which I'll explain later. You will see what this does. Finally is the info, just has some general information about some metadata, but in this case we don't need it, so just remove it. And in here, let's put our code in the try catch box. And we will have update chain await chain file ID and update. We will place the ID here and let's set it with the input and then new true to return the updated document. Then we will return the update chain. After that, we will catch the error, and then we throw new error. And next we gonna define the delete chain mutation. It's also async. Parent underscore, and the argument is the ID. We also put it in try catch. And in here we will have const delete chain await chain file by ID and delete. I place the ID and then we'll return a message: delete chain successfully. Then we will castl. I'll copy this and paste here. Okay, let's save the file and open our web browser. And now let's scrolling down and we will have the mutation for update gen. So the ID is I will get some change and let's update this gen. I paste the ID here and the input would be, actually we don't need it, just remove it and we will have the input. We will define it right here. The name is action movie. The description, this is an interest gen. And now the response would be ID, name, and description. We remove the bracket here, and then we will run the update gen mutation. So our gen is updated, and let's run the delete gen mutation. We have delete gen, and here is delete gen. Just remove this and I will delete the action movie gen. We will place the ID here and let's run delete gen, and we get delete gen successfully. I already removed the action movie gen and let's query in it. So I will query and we just have the adventure gen. So we have done the update and delete mutation for gen. And next we're gonna create the resolvers for movie. It's quite similar to the gen. Let's go back to the VS Code and just duplicate the change.js file. We name it movie. And we have to modify here is movie. So let's comment this and we will define it later. And I also comment the update and delete. Let's focus on the create movie. I will name everything to movie. This one should be lowercase. And in the create movie, we will populate the chain object that's reference from the chain model. So we will have cons populated movie. Then await movie.populate. We will put the movie that just created here and define the path for chain object. This is the virtual object that we define in the movie schema in the model here. Okay, and after that we will return the populated movie. Let's save this file and open the index.js file here. We will bring the movie resolver. we will have movie resolver dot mutation. Yeah, and also bring the movie resolver dot query so that we don't need to do it later. Okay, and let's open the web browser, and we will have mutation create movie, and let's just remove this one. The input would be title, test movie, description, nice movie. We have the director be somebody, and then style would be some style, and we have the chain ID. I will get the chain from here and copy the chain ID and place it here. And finally is the year, just 1990, and then we will return ID. We will have description, title, director, we have style, year, and after that we have chain ID and the chain object. In here we will bring ID, name, and description for the chain, and let's click on create movie. So we will have the new movie. The chain is adventure. Let's create another chain. So let's just remove this one, and we will have another chain. The name would be drama. Description, interesting. Yep, that's it, and we create a new chain. After that, I will copy the chain ID and we will create another movie. Just place it here and test the name. The title would be test drama movie. Nice drama movie. Just skip everything else and I will run create movie. So we get another movie with the chain is drama, and next I will define the query for the movie. Let's go back to the movie resolver. I will uncomment the query and let's rename it to movies. This will take the parent and the argument. The argument would be the title and the chain ID, but I just place here is the argument, and in here I will destructivate the argument object, and if the argument have the title, we will redefine the filter. This would be regular expression. We have argument.title and put the option, which is I to ignore the case sensitive. And then we will have movies away movie file by the filter, and then we will populate the the chain object. And after that, we will return the movies. And for get the movie by ID, it's quite similar to get chain by ID. So I just rename everything to movie. So this one right here should be in uppercase, and I will also populate the chain object. Okay, let's save it, and we will go back to the web browser. Let's add the query for get movies here. We have movie, then I will put the ID, description, director, and year, and stars, and then we have chain ID and chain. In the chain we have ID, name, description, and image. So let's run the get movie. So we have two query here, nice movie and nice drama movie. So if I put the filter here with the chain ID, so if I put the filter here with the chain ID, which is this adventure chain, and I place it here. So just remove this one and run the query again, and we just get one movie. And now I will filter the movie by the title that contain drama. And then I run get movies again. So we have nice drama movie here. And let's run the query for get movie by ID. We have movie by ID here. And let's just copy the response in the get movies query. So I will copy the movie ID here and replace here. And then run get movies by ID. So we have the nice drama movie with the ID here. Alright, next we're gonna create the mutation for update and delete movies. Okay, let's navigate to the mutation section and just uncomment update and delete. And I gonna rename everything to movie. In the update movie, I will populate the chain. So just save the file, and we will go back to the web browser. Now I will copy the create movie mutation and rename it to update. So we already have the input. We need the ID. So let's just copy the ID for the movie and paste here. I want to update this movie to test update drama movie. And the description is nice updated drama movie. The year would be 2022. Now let's run the update movie mutation. So we get the updated movie here. And finally, we will run the mutation for delete movie. Delete movie. I will copy the ID here and we will place it here. Let's remove this one. And we run the delete movie mutation. So delete movie successfully. And I will run the yes movie query again. So we just have one movie. All right, we have already completed the mutation for the gen as well as the query and mutation for the movies. So thank you for watching and see you in my next video.